sign.
It's not a good sign at all. Look how little
Welcome
I
to
am.
Life on Bennett Road. We're Kim and Sam. Over the past 30 years, we have been busy raising our daughter and son and pursuing our careers. But something was missing. Now at age 50, we decided to sell everything and move to the country to chase our dreams of raising our own food and living a simpler life. But simpler doesn't always mean easier. Come join us as we bring this neglected homestead back to life. Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. Why don't you grab a coffee and come join us as we walk around and evaluate some of the successes we've had on the homestead and some of our failures. So definitely one of our failures is this soil that we purchased for our raised garden beds. We called around to a few different places and found this that they called the grower's mix. It was supposed to be 70% loam and 30% organic compost, but we really haven't been happy with it. It just doesn't seem like it's very alive. Look at this poor summer squash. I mean, it really just is not thriving in this soil that we got. So we're going to start adding some fish emulsion to it to see if we can give it some fertilizer to help. The cherry tomato seems to be doing better in it, but still isn't. We'll show you our other tomatoes, even though they were planted earlier. This one seems to be doing a little bit better, but not great.
Actually, if you look at the leaves of the nasturtium, I mean, they're not doing well.
The basil has just been being destroyed by Japanese beetles.
We think, actually.
This brandywine tomato, as you can see, is starting to get some fungus on damage on its leaves. And we know it's just from a nutrient deficiency in the soil beds.
So the moral of the story is we have to up our compost game.
Absolutely.
Soil is important, which we know. But here's the thing. The success is the beds are in, got a lot of the gravel in, and we're starting to decide how to do our walkways all around here, which is
right.
a little boggling.
The big goal for this summer was hardscaping, getting the garden beds in, getting the walkways established. Anything that was growing in it would have been a bonus on top of it. So let's compare it to the market gardens and our stone wall garden that we put in earlier this year, and we used a lot of our own compost in it as well. So as you can see, the herbs, which are really a lot of them are in their second year, are doing really, really well.
I mean, look, that horseradish is ridiculous.
I know, the horseradish is amazing.
So in comparison to a body. And the St. John's wort's huge. Look at the lovage, it's taller than me.
It's crazy.
But those are second year plants.
They've had time to establish.
Same with the St. John's wort and the valerian, second year plants.
Let's go down and check out the tomatoes so you can see the difference in what some good soil does.
Ooh, compost is warming up.
Nice. So as you can see, these tomatoes are really starting to take off and jam. We have a combination of 3 different tomatoes in here. We have Amish paste. We do have some Sun Gold cherry tomatoes in here, as well as the brandywines at the end. We feel like the tomatoes are definitely a success for us. These ones are really doing well. One of the other things that we had seen that we feel is more of a failure is our sweet potatoes. It's kind of a mix. They're just starting to take off, but most of the sweet potatoes we planted didn't take, probably over half.
Yeah, but honestly, that was by no fault of ours. They looked dead when we got them. They said to plant them anyway.
Yeah, they said to
and
plant
them. And about 50% made it.
And the ones that made it just aren't taking off super strong yet. So again, not necessarily a strong success. It's probably more on the failure end. Now let's go and check out the stone wall garden where we have our potatoes, onions, and garlic planted. and asparagus. So we feel like this whole garden is a super success, from the garlic to the onions. And we planted them by using the Charles Darting approach, where we would put in 3 to 4 onions in a planting, and they seemed to be doing what he said, which was basically bulb up and separate themselves. We had a huge rain here, which was awesome, about 4 or 5 inches, so a lot of them dropped over, but we're hoping they'll continue. So the onions are definitely a good success. The potatoes look like they're doing extremely well. We're going to pull up and dig up some of our Nicola potatoes to see how they're doing, and also to eat some of them. That's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign at all. Look how little they are. Don't pull another one. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign at all. Just a
little potatoes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's one.
Really? What if you use the pitchfork from the side and just loosen the ground?
Definitely.
Right, so obviously they're not done.
No.
So that variety, those plants aren't looking amazing compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
So our hope was that they were just done.
But they're not. Look at them.
So little. I mean, I think they'll probably be delicious.
Yep.
But it's not exactly what we were going for.
No.
That's awesome.
I keep hoping I'm gonna get more. Should I do another one, or?
It's up to you.
It's gonna be an awful small dinner. All right, let's do one more,
Okay.
just for fun.
Just for fun.
Let's see.
Now, let's be honest, that's a lot of work for that little bit of potato.
Yeah.
But it's early.
It is early.
I mean, they're just really new potatoes at this point.
Right. Should I get the pitchfork, you think, and try to dig down deeper? Or?
From the side. All right. Let's look at this Whopper harvest. Let's see.
We've got a few little ones.
It's a runaway. Okay,
Well, it's a meal's worth, but it's also early.
Okay. What do you think? I don't want to touch anymore.
No.
I'd rather give him a shot to get
bigger.
3 next to a 4.
Yeah.
So here are 3, and they're pretty decent. And then you look at the 4, they're just not as big, period. I'm going to start just pulling some to go with those whopping potatoes for dinner. Let's go down here and pull a few more. Like, they're decent. But I really want to get those super small ones out. Oh my gosh. It's pretty exciting though. I mean, I know they're not huge, but it's still awesome.
Best onions we've ever grown.
That's right. So far. This is the variety though, because then if you look behind us, these are the red onions. And the ones that seem to be doing in this variety are singles.
Right.
I don't know if there's, because there's a lot of doubles or triples. Like that has like 6. That's crazy. They're pretty much still just green onions, but wow. I don't know, they smell good though. And on this variety, yeah, they're just not as big as the Alyssa Craigs.
But the Alyssa Craigs, I think, are early onions compared to the other ones.
Right, so I'm just gonna, I mean, I'm still pretty pumped. I know there's nothing exciting about that unless you're the grower, but I'm gonna eat them. And there's all this green onion.
Another big success is this elderberry patch. We took this area over from roses and thickets like wild roses and brambles, planted 20 elderberry plants that we started ourselves. We propagated ourselves, and they're doing fantastic. As you can see, there's a lot of new growth on them. They're just loving this space. It's kind of a wet space, and I think they really are loving it. Like we said, we had a lot of rain over the last week, and our pond is back full, which is a really nice treat for us this time of year. Another one of our huge successes is our chickens that we got, our baby chicks for our laying hens and our meat birds. They are thriving, they're doing fantastic. We haven't lost one bird to either health issues or predators. So for us, that would be a huge success. One of our other successes that I'm very proud of right now is this old apple tree. We really gave it a big haircut this spring, and it is just prolific right now with apples that are looking beautiful. And we're hoping in the fall to have a really good harvest of apples. Our other success is that all of our other fruit trees have been planted and seem to have caught and doing well. So that's just a little bit of the tour of the outside, the gardens, and some of our successes and failures. I think we're going to hold the judgment on the potatoes until they're totally done. We probably got excited and jumped the game. I'm hoping that's the case, at least. But we'll just count them as new potatoes. Now let's go on inside and we can give you a quick update on the kitchen and some of the other projects we're working on in there. So here's where we are in the kitchen. This has been a very big project, really overwhelming in a lot of ways, because it's not just a simple, redo the cabinets. It's a full gut job. So each day what we've been doing, we've been working on it for a little over a week, is we work on it until we get to the point where we're overwhelmed, and it's just because, but it's taking it day by day, and really our job right now is to show up and continue the project. But what we basically have done, as you can see, is completely gut the kitchen, and part of the job was over here, you can see they had the pipes for the plumbing and the water running in this beam here, and then down and inside the wall, which is an exterior wall, which in Maine is really not a good idea. The pipes can freeze very easily. So what I wanted to do was reroute the plumbing and the water lines down into this wall, which is an interior wall that attaches to our living room. So I had to open that wall up, drill a hole through the sill plate, as you can see, the pipes here, and then use a pipe bender to bend the copper pipes so they would fit through there and come out in a direction, and then run the all new plumbing down along the floor and all the way down, and then back up into this wall and out into the other room where the other bathroom is and our laundry room is. But our new sink is going to be going here under this window. So I've got that all set up and ready for a sink. I just got to run the drain line down into the crawl space. I'll take you along with me on that. That's quite an adventure. And I left this little piece of copper sticking up here for where our fridge is going to be going. We are also running all new electrical, putting all new lights in this side of the kitchen, as well as hanging lights right here for going over our island. The other part of the project we're going to have to do is take out this half wall and raise the ceiling over on that side of the room up so that they're all at the same height. One other thing that we're in the process of doing, as you can see, we've gutted this part of the kitchen. That doorway is the one that's going to go out into our living room. This is the back of the fireplace where the wood stove is attached out there. This was where the fridge was. They had the refrigerator, and they basically had a floating floor here that wasn't attached to anything that the fridge was sitting on. So what I'm going to do is, when I come in and sheetrock this part of the room, I'm going to try to leave these bricks all exposed on the lower section of it from about here down and clean them up so that they'll be brick exposed, I think, which will give a nice look to it. And then we're going to create a closet type pantry in this space here. And then we'll continue to sheetrock it over. I'm going to take you over into the other part of the house to show you the other stuff that we've been working on as well, kind of finishing up some of the projects over there. One of the other things we've been working on as well, or getting done, is the trim on these windows, which are all new, and painting them, which Kim's been working on, the painting part. She's pretty much done with the painting of the trim, and then she's just got to paint the walls, and this area will be officially finished, which we're very, very happy with. The view out that window when you're eating is just beautiful out onto the pastures and the fields. The other thing we did, which was finish off our bedroom, and we got the trim all put on the lower part of this wall, that doorway trimmed out, and the door put on, so we officially have a door on our bathroom. And then we got the rest of the trim done in the bathroom as well. That window was trimmed out, and all the trim on the floors and around the doors in here were all done as well. So the bathroom is officially finished, and our bedroom is officially finished, which is super exciting. So we're very excited with the progress on the home inside and out so far. The kitchen is overwhelming, but we're excited with where we are in the process, that's for sure. I think the most important thing to take away is that you can do hard things. You can do them, you just need to keep showing up every day and putting one step in front of the other, and you just get a little bit better, a little bit more done each time you step into it, and into that hard project. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us today. Thank you for joining us on the Homestead today. If you'd like to follow our journey in building this homestead, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.